It's November, which means time for a wrap-up. In October, I read 9.5 books. I'll say that. I participated in 2 readathons, which I guess helped reading-wise. Not really. So let's just get into it. First, some fabulous stats. First, let's talk about genre. I read 2 fantasy books, 4 mystery books, 1 historical fiction, 1 contemporary, and 1 children's book. I'm not counting the half in these, by the way. Now let's move on to star ratings. I read 2 5 stars, 2 4.5 stars, 1 4 stars, 3 3.5 stars, and 1 3 stars. And finally, in total this month, I read 3,135 pages, which is not bad. So now let's move on to the books. The first book I read this month was Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. I gave this 5 stars, though sometimes I'm not sure if it's a 4.5, but now I don't really know. So I guess it's staying at 5 stars. This is about this woman and her daughter. They move into this neighborhood or town called Sugar Heights, and basically it's one of those neighborhoods where everyone knows everything. So these new people are the gossip of the town. Also, the names of the woman is Mia and Pearl. It's about the behind story of Mia and why Pearl doesn't have a dad, and basically the drama about their life. I found it interesting and I didn't expect anything, really. All the characters were well developed. Then I read the duology Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. I really liked this series, surprisingly. I had never heard anyone talk about it, and I just bought it because the cover, as usual. I gave both of these books 4.5 stars. Yes, I'm just gonna talk about what Carve the Mark is about. Carve the Mark is about 2 children at first, but teenagers later, called Syrah and Akos. I don't know how to say their names. Fantasy books help. This is basically about 2 teenagers which have a set fate and they cannot change their fate. And one of them is bound to the other. Akos is bound to Syrah's family, and his fate is to die to that family. So he is captured because Syrah's brother is a psychopath. He's captured and he basically needs to work for Syrah because Syrah has a magical... Okay, first of all, everyone in this world has a power of sorts. It's called a current... Let's calm down. A current gift. And Syrah's current gift makes other people feel pain when she touches them, but she also feels pain. And Akos removes that pain. He doesn't have current in him. So he ends up like working for her and taking away her pain. And it's a really cool story about them and them basically falling in love, and it's really cute, but not a full 5 stars. Then I read Wilder Girls by Rory Power. This is a mystery thriller kind of book. I gave this 4 stars. This is about this school, which is set on an island, and suddenly there's an outbreak of this plague called Tox, and the island becomes a quarantine. And this school for all girls has to survive on little food, and people keep dying of the disease. And the disease makes people look weird, like the main characters, I don't remember their names. Hetty has her eye sealed shut. Her best friend Betty has a second spine. It takes a lot of different forms. One day, Betty disappears and Hetty gets very paranoid and she wants to find her friend. I really like this story, basically. I just didn't like some bits. Like, I didn't like that the plague, we don't know where it comes from, why it happened, how it manifests, like why does it make different people look different ways. Also, I didn't like the ending, but I'm not gonna say that because spoilers. But apart from that, I really liked the story. I liked the creepiness. It was scary at times, not extremely, but I'm a scaredy cat, so. Then I read Halloween Party by Agatha Christie. I gave this 3.5 stars. This is about a Halloween party. A girl, when they're decorating the party, claims that she's seen a murder. And later that night, she's found dead. Hercule Poirot is called to try to figure out who killed her. It was fine. I kind of predicted who did it. I didn't find it very compelling or interesting. I just read it because I wanted to get done with it, basically. I liked the premise. I liked where it was going, but then it kind of was fine. Then I read A Caribbean Mystery by Agatha Christie as well. This is about Miss Marple, and she's at this holiday spa kind of resort with a bunch of different people, and this man she's been talking to claims that he knows about a murder. Kind of the same, but whatever. Before he finishes the story and shows her a picture of the murderer, he dies that night, and everyone claims it was because he took the wrong medicine. But Miss Marple doesn't believe that, so she tries to figure out if it was a murder or if it was an accident. This story, I did not figure out who did it. It was a good plot twist, but I still didn't like it. I don't know why. Maybe I don't like Agatha Christie anymore. I don't know. Then I read The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton. I finally got the name right. This was so good. I loved this. I gave this 5 stars. This is about a guy, and he wakes up in a forest, and he doesn't know who he is or where he is, but the only thing he remembers is a girl called Anna. Turns out that he is basically living a Groundhog Day. If you don't know what that is, he repeats the same day over and over. But he changes person every day. And the only way to stop that Groundhog Day moment, he has to discover who kills Evelyn Hardcastle. I loved this. It was so good. There's a great atmosphere. I loved the different characters. I loved the Plague Doctor, if you know who that is. Yes. It was great. I 100% recommend this book. It was a great Halloween read, so yeah. Then I partially read a book, which is Det handlar om dig by this human. I hated this. I read 64 pages, which is basically half for me. It was long enough. This is about a girl. She has a crush, and the guy is trash. I know I didn't read the whole thing, so I can't really judge it, but I hated the first 64 pages. The girl was so desperate and needy and annoying, and the guy didn't care and was also annoying. And they're 15-year-olds, which is even more annoying. So I hated this. This is going to be unhauled right after this video. Aesthetic cover, but disgusting interior, like many people I know. Then I read Sears by Madeline Miller. It is about Sears. She's a witch and her depressing life. Her parents are horrible, her siblings are horrible, the people that live with her are horrible, everyone is horrible, and she's just dumb. But it's for the story and it's mythology, so I can't really comment on that. But I didn't like it. I gave it 3.5 because, as I said, annoying, horrible people, but it adds to her development. But the ending was not okay for me. No. I've read Sears. Then I read a Swedish children's book, which is called Ronja Rövardotter by Astrid Lindgren. This is a classic children's book in Sweden. I've watched the movie many times. I kind of hated the book. No. The book is exactly like the movie, and I thought they were older. She's 11. I thought she was like 13, but it doesn't matter. It's about this girl, Ronja. She's the daughter of a thief, and she lives in the forest, basically. And she discovers that their rivals live in the castle, basically next to them. I'm not going to explain because who's ever going to read this? And as things develop, she becomes best friends with the son of the nemesis. And their parents hate each other so much that they give up and live in the forest, actually. So they live in a cave together until winter, when her father makes her come back home. It's a dumb story. It's about children and adventure and growing up, I guess. It's kind of stupid. I don't know. I give it 3 stars. That is all the books that I've read or partially read. I'm so sick, it's not even a joke. And I have red stains on my face. Halloween was great. These are all the books I read or partially read this month. I have some new favorites and some new hatred. So yeah, see you in my next weird video.